say no to drugs. I say no to drugs and to their hacks, because these hacks are paid for my little brain. I think that this is funny, but many can agree that I can buy with money just ache and more acne. You say no to drugs, to these harmful bugs that crawl under your skin and after days they weep. They have a power on your body and your life becomes so foggy. You like to smoke, you like to drink, but what about the time to think? He says no to drugs because they put in your earplugs, not to hear the horrible shots and your soul's butts. Because he is so mad, his body is so sad, and he is so blind with his own mind. She says no to drugs and to their facts, that without shame cancel drugs with fame. Teenagers at school think that this is cool. They can't control themselves. They like to harm themselves. We say no to drugs. Soon, with this, we will have drugs. We don't care that drugs are everywhere. LSD, marijuana, ecstasy, heroin, cocaine, opium, and amphetamine, DXM, salvia, PSP, ketamine, Mexican valium, mesaline, GHB, methamphetamine. What you can say about this? Every drug, every day kills. Teenagers, men, women, and kids, and nobody then forbids. Drugs, 5 letters, but can kill. Would you try them? Would you like them? Do you want to die that much? Make the right choice, and you will be happy.
Categories of people who react different when they hear the word drug. Well, are the ones that would do anything for it, the ones that don't really care, and the ones that understand the true effect of the drugs on the human body. Well, we are not heroes or some supernatural creatures. Our bodies are not made of steel like Superman's, and we should understand that the drugs are a weapon, our mind is a shield, and the body a victim. So you have to understand and learn some things before you use the weapon on the victim. The people who want to experience this feeling the most are teens. Why? Well, I don't know really, because I'm a teen and I think I'm in the second category. Teens are we know that people are attracted the most to the illegal things. And the teens are that creatures that like to experience everything and want to try anything else that's new and stuff like this. So when we hear about drugs, there is something like when I hear that my mom bought chocolate, and this is really bad, so people don't consume too much sugar. A person that to try it, but don't feel like it's something like a purpose in their life, that persons that don't really care about drugs, like they would try it, but it's not something important in their life. Someone that already have experienced something in their life, so they kind of understand, but still. And the ones that understand the true effect of the drugs on their human bodies are more likely to be adults, because, well, not all, but still, they understand their consequences. You may think that consuming drugs will make you look cooler or be somewhere else. Well, maybe when you're in hospital and everyone says what a good human being you are. A bright future won't exist if your body is damaged. If you think this will make you happier or something, this is not true, because maybe temporary, but then you understand and the effects will be visible on your body, mind, health, and even personality. Don't let yourself to be a victim. I'm 99% sure that everyone in this classroom wants to become something. Wants a bright future, wants a career, maybe a family. Well, not me, but some of you. And this can happen only if you will say no to the word that I named in the start. Because you should forget it, forget its existence, forget about it, make others forget as well. Because you are very influenced by the others as well. Because if you'll be friends with someone who will say drugs, then you want them too. So you have to understand carefully. And if you still haven't understood and haven't been convinced by me that this is bad for you, then here I will say about some diseases caused by drugs. Diseases like cardiovascular diseases, respiratory problems, kidney damage, lung diseases, cancer, HIV, AIDS, and as a result, ladies and gentlemen, death. And if you don't care about yourself, then think about your future children that maybe will not exist because, you heard me, about the diseases that I have mentioned, or you just don't want them like me. Think about your family, think about your friends, and at least think about yourself. And if you're gonna consume them, then this means that you have no respect and you don't love yourself at all. Because why would you do that to your body? And or you haven't known about the consequences, but you know them because I just told you. So we have no excuse. And say no to drugs, or see on the other side. Well, not so in my case, because I know about the decision that I want to make. Thank you.
Substance that can cause your brain. A drug is a substance that changes how your brain works, and it poisons it over time, rendering it useless. Drugs weaken your immunity system and can cause you to have many diseases over time. Many people who use drugs become addicted to it because using drugs day by day it makes it harder to overcome them. Many people use drugs because they feel better, and not healthy better, but they feel better about themselves. They think they live in another world, being happier and smarter, very brave and so on. They think this is good for them. But after some time they realize that this is very bad and it has many consequences on our body. Drugs are also used in medicine, so there's that. And there are many known drugs such as heroin, cocaine, marijuana and others, which Alex said many in her poem. These drugs hurt people and everyone around them. They have a big impact on your social life. They make you a loner or be with people that aren't that good, like junkies, drug addicts and so on. Drug usage can change your body. It can change your appetite, heart rate, blood pressure, and after sometimes or during an overdose, it can cause death. You should be very careful about to which people you talk. There are many strange or dangerous people who want to sell you drugs that make you different offers. First time it's free, then it's not free. After some time, because you become an addict and you cannot live without drugs. They become a routine to your life. You think that it's normal and that everything is good. And when you try to overcome drugs, you get into drug withdrawal that makes your mood swings and can cause depression, anxiety, and so on. Many people overcame drugs, such as Mark Twain, Barack Obama, which are very famous people. You should be very careful and do not accept different offers from people who you think want your best. They are very bad and their actions could have big consequences on your health. So say no to drugs and think that, believe that your life will be better after some problems. Do not fall in anxiety, depression, and do not think that drugs will help you any way or that they might be your savior. Say no to drugs.
I have one life, not two, not three. The drug is not a gem. See, that is not your way.
Drugs are not food and do not make you feel good. Make you think you are okay and it takes you away.
Treat yourself as it's not late, even if the evil is already made. Save children from pain. Don't let them struggle in that.
The drug is not your friend. You understand this in the end. The world of the drug is alive, but the real question is why.
Grateful for peace in my country.
I am thankful for my dear teachers.
I am grateful for my parents.
I am grateful for health.
I am grateful that I have a family. I am grateful that all I have.
For everything that you have.
I'm thankful that I have a family.
I'm grateful for everything.
I'm grateful for my school.
I'm grateful for my friends.
I'm thankful for everything I have.
I'm grateful for being me with a perfect teacher.
I am thankful that I am healthy.
I am thankful that I have a family.
I'm thankful for my school.
I am thankful for school.
Those drugs are dumb, they're not so smart, they make you numb, they stop your heart. Those drugs are worse than poison bugs. Those drugs are bad, they make you cry, they make you sad, they make you die. Those drugs are sick, they give you pain, they kill you quick, they fry your brain. Say yes to life, say no to drugs.
Hey, you, my friend, don't ever try drugs. You'll become dependent. Better ask someone for drugs.
Drugs will only bring losses, which will cross your life. Do you need those crosses? Just put away that knife.
It's too dangerous for us. Don't take that bus. Let's go on to die out and don't even think about.
Life is so beautiful without it. You just need to think a bit. What do you enjoy, my little friend? And be careful how your life is being spent.
After all, you have a family and you will disappoint them deeply. Think about your parents and how would feel your grandparents.
Now I think you made a conclusion. Don't make yourself to see illusion. Just live your life as it is. Don't try to break it.
Go.
Life is like a game board. Don't make your own turn. Drugs will change you to some you would never want to be. Cigarette smoking is a deadly habit. Whatever you like or not, it already killed a lot. It's dangerous to your health. Save your life and your dreams. Yes, you are young and full of spirit. You will not see now the effect. It is also your choice. And my piece of advice, take good care of your health, because it's your greatest wealth.
It is well known that in Turkey and Afghanistan were about 95% of heroin fields, and USA keep money from that. And on 7 September 2001, in Turkey and Afghanistan were changed and the new elected new presidents. They said to burn the heroin fields, and that make USA to give money to terrorists, to Al Qaeda, to Bin Laden, and to make the terrorist attack on the 11th September 2001. Through this were made the attack, and on the 13th September, USA entered in Afghanistan and in Turkey with air forces and obtained a lot of deaths. These deaths were transported back in USA with a big part of heroin and a lot of drugs. And that's how drug manipulate the world.
Firstly, drugs were used as medicines or as pills for their benefic effects, but during the development, people tried to make this quantity more, much more. Okay. They increase the quantity of the drugs, so they just unconsciously became dependent on drugs or that pills that make them better. So we know that drugs and pills itself make damage, and they have side effects. So what are the side effects if we increase the quantity of drugs or the medicines, or if we don't know how to control ourselves from getting this pleasure, from getting this state of healthiness? Pavel, can you explain us what are the real problems that can be caused by drug addiction?
Besides serious health problems, drugs are causing more behavior problems. For example, paranoia, aggressiveness, addictions, impaired judgment, impulsiveness, and loss your self-control.
So, as we already heard what are the impacts of drugs on ourselves, we can just replace drugs with something else in our life. So we can exclude ecstasy and make something gorgeous like climbing mountains or like going with our friends with bikes, with motorbikes, and do something that we never did before. So why did we choose drugs, or why do people came to this way for getting pleasure? They could find this way in another pieces of life. They could make something good for others, like planting trees or making part in some volunteering activities. So this can make us happier because we make happier another person. So this happiness we get, we can expose to each other or to other persons. So we can cope with our problems by sharing with someone else, and maybe get some advices, and we would see these advantages by getting rid of these drugs.
Okay, I am young and I am free. I want to keep myself drug free. Not gonna listen to bad guys, cause they will make me lose my mind. Instead of flying around here like crazy, with drugs floating in waves so daisy, I should eat healthy and move on, to choose right friends and carry on. Not let go with dreams and all my hopes.
And funny spending time with dopes. Never use meth, weed and crack, cause all this stuff is fucking whack. Alcohol and cigarettes could be replaced with French baguettes. It's up to you, make a decision, a healthy one, that's our vision.
First of all, what is a drug? Give a definition. Someone. Utan! This is a drug.
I don't know.
A drug is any substance that makes you feel addicted to it.
Thanks, Anisha. I have this definition.
I see it. Thanks.
And, I need your help.
No.
Come
thanks.
here.
No, thanks.
Just be a stand.
No. No. Dali pitop, начинать рабочий стенд.
Anna.
No. Ой.
Яка на время? 2 words. Substance. And substance and addictive. Give me example of one drug. Just one drug.
Marijuana.
And next, one drug.
LSD.
One drug. Cocaine. One drug.
Mushrooms.
Okay. But what about coffee? What about sugar? What about chocolate and salt? They make you addicted, and they're substance that are used in medicine or can be used in this. Yeah. They are also drugs that we are using every day and every morning, you know. And today I'm going to change your point of view about drugs. Okay, take a Jeszcze ja mocno. Przepraga. I have some strong drugs. Heroin is using for opium addiction. It's very funny because no. It's very funny because opium addiction is treated with heroin, and heroin addiction is treated with opium. And it's okay. Slide. Ketamine for bipolar disorder.
Bipolar.
Bipolar.
Ketamine.
Ketamine, yes. Two part of brains you have. Next one. Free for MDMA or ecstasy or PCP. It's easier. For post-traumatic stress disorder, is they're used on soldiers, then suffer from war. Next one. No, I want to see. Magic mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms. Well, alcoholic and anxiety. Alcohol is
Anxiety.
Anxiety. I'm sorry for my medicine. Next one. Cannabis. It's a painkiller. The cannabis are used by patients that that have cancer, and doctor can
prescribe.
The oncologist.
Берете летачи.
It's no, not only. I want to say that oncologist, yes, can do for you a joint, just to smoke it in your room. It's very funny because if you have visitors. Next one. And cocaine. Treat for irritation, bowel disease, and
Intestinal
dysfunction. And it's clear. Okay, come to play. That's all. Yes. Thanks. I want to ask you why drugs is a problem. Okay, it's a
Problem.
It's a rhetorical question. For me, problem is not drugs, but drug dealers, because they're men who sell drugs. You know, this seriously, they choose most charismatic men for this job. No, they don't ask you, dude, do you like it? No, they say to you, dude, you like it, you want to do it, you want to buy it. No, and your hand automatically.
wants to give money, right?
Yes, and take some drugs.
Сколько?
Yes. And it's hard to say no to these people because once you buy it, and you'll buy it in your life minimum once, well,
At least once.
At least once. Thanks, Pavel. And you'll want more and more if you try it, or won't throw it because you pay money for it, and it's logic. There are some things that you can do to keep these addictions. You can find some hobby or interacting with other people. Yes, interacting with other people, you can find some friends. We can be helped by your girlfriend or boyfriend if he is in your country or live, because your family. Also, we can find a hobby. It's not only sport. You can draw. You can drive a car on professional level. Seriously, you can do what you want. You can start calling rain. You know, say to God, please give me rain, and go out and. Dude, where is my water? And yes, I want to say that drugs is a problem if you think that is a problem. If in our brain, if you, because they are used in medicine, they are used in quotidian life, and also in religion, because there exist some religions that use drugs. Just it connect us with the God. It's very funny. And I want to end my presentation here. Okay.
Let's look at the murder in Mexico. For many years, there are a war drug in Mexico with the dealers and American government. So this war drug is elsewhere on the planet. The cartels from Mexico dominate now the well-sold drugs market of cocaine in USA. The global black market is estimated about $30.6 to $49.4 billion annually just from the drugs. And this is a good and profitable job from dealers, but on the other side of this business are the users. Yes. Nowadays, drugs are usually used by young adults. In past 2 years, cocaine addiction was estimated about among young adults between 18 and 26 years old. And this is a problem. This is a very big problem because our young population is addicted and is compromised. In fact, they use drugs to avoid reality or escape their responsibilities. Another cause is addiction that is considered on average heritable thing. So it can, let's think just can compromise our future generation, our children. Just think about it during my speech. And also, many teenagers are influenced by somebody or someone to use it or try it. In consequences, media is full of okay, I don't find the image. It's full of horror stories about overdose, but there are so many others consequences like heart attack, cancer, mental illness, and HIV or even death. Of course, all the users heard about these consequences and they're aware. What? Aware. Okay, however, they use it still. So I want to ask you how you think why they still use drugs even if they know about consequences.
They don't care a lot about their lives.
Maybe
they want to feel good.
Okay. Okay. In fact, they continue to use it because they do not saw yet another good option for their problems or their stress situation, for their fun or free time. For all of this, they saw just one option, the drug. Drug is a good option for everything, and I think this is our responsibility to educate, to encourage, and to inform the young society, our friends, even strangers, even us, that the drugs aren't a magical potion that makes bad things disappear. After a dose, problems will be right there when you let them. And let's look at it like rent for light. If you don't pay for it, it will be right there, and you will have to pay double the next month, or you will stay without light, but the problem will not disappear at all. The same is with drugs. If you think that drugs are so magical and so powerful, they can make your problems disappear, it's a wrong idea. And we have to inform and to encourage society, friends, or others that this is not a good option. And our society have to understand that we are stronger than temptation, and we can develop a stronger personality and find a job or speak with somebody else, because to ask for help is never a shame. And to overcome addiction is not so hard. It's not impossible at all. It's a real thing. Many could, so others can too. There are so many people that now are happy, they are free, they are fulfilled, they are successful. Okay, remember the Olsen twins? Mary-Kate was drug addicted when she started her career. Now she's a very successful model, an actress, a sister, and a good wife. Also, like we heard during the lesson about Iron Man or Robert Downey, he also had very big problems with addiction, but now he is happy, also with career and family. So, like them wasn't Sigmund Freud. He also to deal with his busy lifestyle, he records to nicotine. Like President Obama, he was using drugs like marijuana and cocaine before to become a president.
No way.
Yes, informed. So, dears, we can overcome drugs addiction. We can be proud. We can become proud of ourselves. Can be successful. Have a happy family, a stronger health, and do our best. All of us have a big potential, and we can be the next Shakespeare, Obama, or Da Vinci, or who knows, even Napoleon. Thanks.
After we use drugs?
No. After we say no to drugs.